Ай-яй-яй.
Эй, ты сука.
And more visuals there accessed by Republic, and this is a visual that shows how the Russian tanks have been ambushed by the Ukraine army. In fact, the visuals there on your screens right now show how the stiff resistance that Ukraine army is giving to the Russian troops as the invasion of Ukraine now enters day 19. The fourth round of talks, beg your pardon, will take place between the delegates of Russia and Ukraine today at 10:30 a.m. Moscow time. Now, all focus has been on how to, come to some sort of a resolution when it comes to the crisis between the two countries. Of course, Vladimir Putin has long insisted and pressed that Ukraine should not be pressing for its demand when it comes to getting the NATO membership. But even though Zelensky in the latest statement has said that he's no more vying for that NATO membership, still shelling and airstrikes continue across Ukraine. And there we have the visuals that have been accessed by Republic, show the stiff resistance that is being given by the Ukraine army to the Russian troops. Now remember, what we've also seen in the past few days is a lot of global leaders have tried to intervene and try to mediate between the two countries. Zelensky had also called Israel Prime Minister asking him to mediate between Russia and Ukraine. Nothing has transpired so far, and continuous bombing and shelling is taking place across Ukraine. The Russian troops have also been advancing towards Kiev. So it remains to be seen what really comes out of this fourth round of talks that will take place today between Russia and Ukraine. Back to you. Getting you news in brief now. Turkey's foreign minister said that the country was trying to evacuate Turkish citizens sheltering in a mosque in Mariupol. This after the Russian shells hit near the Sultan Suleiman Mosque in the sieged city on Saturday. Now, Turkey's foreign minister added that he spoke with the Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov to ask for his support for a humanitarian evacuation corridor in Mariupol. The war in Ukraine has forced more than 2.5 million people to flee and seek refuge in other countries. But despite Russian troops pressing on with their offensive and with the fighting now in its third week, some have decided to return home and restore the country to its former self. Since the war began in Ukraine, refugees have been allowed to enter Poland without COVID vaccine certificates or proof of negative COVID tests. The World Health Organization has expressed concerns about the impact of the conflict on public health in Ukraine, including the spread of COVID-19. Now, thousands of refugees have been arriving in Poland daily, traveling around without masks as they flee the war in Ukraine. Turks in the battered and besieged Ukrainian city of Mariupol have appealed to Turkish President Erdogan to rescue them. The Ukrainian embassy in Ankara said a group of 86 Turks, including 34 children, were among those sheltering in a mosque in the city of the Sea of Azov. Efforts to establish a ceasefire to let them leave have reportedly broken down. Ukraine's president has said a convoy with humanitarian aid is headed to the besieged city. Kherson, marking the anniversary of being liberated from Nazi Germany during World War II on March 13, 1994, held rallies in the besieged city of Kherson, encircling Russian military vehicles to protest the occupation of the city. Crowds carrying Ukrainian flags could be seen marching among the troops, chanting Russian soldier and fascist occupier chants.